up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited today. I have been browsing Instagram as one does, and I stumbled onto the VMA pages. Now, disclaimer, I don't watch the VMAs. I don't even know who any of these celebrities are, if I'm being honest, with the exception of a couple like Taylor Swift, of course. But I got lost in the VMA feeds and just being mesmerized by some of these artists' makeup. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the makeup. And a couple stood out to me, so much so that I felt like today I wanted to sit down and try to recreate my version of their makeups. So two of the artists that kind of stopped me in my tracks was Taylor Swift for her bold, beautiful red iconic lip. And then this lady here who, being honest, but she's stunning, and I loved her eyeshadow. I loved her red lip. So we're gonna do a little bit of a beautiful mix of the two and see what we can come up with. Today I'm feeling a bold red lip with a neutral eye, and I think we're just gonna kind of try to, recreate a VMA inspired look. So we're gonna get right into it. Before we do, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I am trying to upload videos on a weekly basis, so I would love for you guys to join the family over here too. You can also follow me over on Instagram at jesstodryk. And without rambling too much, let's get into the look. Okay, so you guys already know the drill. I'm gonna go in with my primer, my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and just fill in those pores. It really feels, and I could be wrong, I don't keep up with a whole lot of trends at all, but it feels to me like I'm seeing a lot of red, bold lips. I'm wondering if that is like the trend for this fall. Mostly, sometimes in the fall, it is a vampy lip that we see a lot of. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'm seeing big, bold, red lips a lot lately. So I'm excited to do this. I picked up some new to me red lipsticks, so I thought we would play around with that and see what we can come up with. I saw this picture from, her name is Becky. You guys don't come for me. I think she's very well known, obviously, but her name is Becky G. But this was the picture that I saw on the VMA page. She is absolutely stunning. I want to go ahead and do her eyeshadow. It's just a very simple, basic eyeshadow, nothing too crazy. And then of course, Taylor Swift's beautiful, iconic red lip. So I think that's what we're gonna do today. So we're gonna go straight into foundation. I'm using the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. I am in the shade Syracuse. Go straight in. Okay, next going in with concealer, I'm using this oldie but a goodie. It's the Covergirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I am in the shade Golden Amber. We are just going to highlight under the eyes, on the forehead, down the nose, and then I want to give myself a lifted look, so I am going to add some here, and then up on my smile line. And then I'm actually gonna let this sit on my face for a few minutes just so it can give me a little bit more coverage. Sometimes I feel like when I blend my concealer too fast right away after I apply it, it spreads out thinner than I want it. So I do wanna kind of let it set, dry up a little bit so that it can have a little bit more coverage. I'm going to blend the other areas of my face. Okay, so I know this looks crazy and not fully blended out. We're gonna leave this here because I am gonna go over again with a little wash of color. But before that, I wanna add some contour. You can really just tell that the moment is her bold lip, so I'm not gonna go too crazy with the contour. I am just seeing that she is the founder of Tres Luce Beauty, which I was at Ulta yesterday and I saw it on the end cap and I was swatching all the things and there was some beautiful items on. So now I can put a face to the brand. That's so cool. I'm actually gonna go back to Ulta now and I think check out some of her items. Have you guys heard of this brand, Tres Luce Beauty? I am now going to lightly contour my nose. All right, now all I'm gonna do to kind of blend this and meld all of these products together is just take a tiny little drop of this foundation and go back in with my beauty sponge, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna start on the forehead and then just kind of blend all of the products together and work my way down. You don't need a lot of product for this. At this point, this is just going to kind of marry all of those products, the contour and the concealer together. Go on your nose. Okay, now all I'm gonna do is set underneath my eyes. Her under eye area is quite bright. In fact, the whole middle of her face is really beautifully brightened. So I am going to set mostly my T-zone with a banana shade. To do my eyes, I'm just gonna take out with my tip of the beauty sponge, just take out all that pooled concealer that has now settled into my lines. And I'm gonna go in with my triangle poof. I think today we're gonna use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Setting Powder. This one is in the shade Banana. And now we're just going to deepen the contour with some powder. I'm going into my Wander Beauty palette. The bronzer shade is called Tulum. And I'm just going to darken up that contour, bring it in ever so slightly, and everywhere where we placed that bronzer previously. Okay, going into blush. This is a cream blush from LA Girl. This one is in the shade Blissful. I did put a bunch of powder on, but I've used this on top of powder and it does work beautifully. So I am gonna go into my blush now, just add a little tiny bit. And then I am just gonna hit the high points of my cheek towards the back. That's where the majority of her blush is towards the back of the cheek. These LA Girl cream blushes are so good, you guys. 10 out of 10. They blend really, really nicely. They give a nice soft matte finish. And then you can go in with your poof that you used earlier and just diffuse it by pressing a little bit of that extra powder that we used to set. You can just kind of blend and diffuse that blush out like that. All right, we are about to get into the eyes, but before that, I need some eyebrows. So let me do that off camera and we will be right back. Okay, brows are on. We're gonna go straight into the eye look. It really just looks like her eyelid has a wash of bronzer, honestly, with a nice, beautiful dark wing. So really that's all we're gonna do. I'm gonna go back in with my Essence Luminous Bronzing Powder and just take a fluffy brush, just lightly starting to build up and bronze this eyelid. Okay, we have a good base. I think I need to deepen up this brown a little bit. Hers is a little bit more rich and deeper. So I'm gonna go into my e.l.f. Bite Size palette here, and I'm gonna go between the first shade and the third shade, that brown and light brown color, and just see if I can kind of deepen up this eye look. I'm gonna go into this ColourPop Feelin' Bubbly palette and just lightly highlight the brow bone. I'm gonna go into this shade So Complex. Just lightly highlight this brow area. Okay, next she did highlight the inner corner, and her inner corner does look a little sparkly. Everything else looks matte. So I am gonna highlight with the shade Arbane in the same palette and go straight into the inner corner. Okay, next she does have a pretty bold wing, which kind of extends a little further out than I'm used to, but we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild H2O Proof liquid liner. I love this liner. It is budge proof and it does give a really nice matte finish, so let's just go for it. Okay, it was touch and go there for a minute. I did screw up this eye, but that's okay. We're gonna add some lashes. I'm going into my favorite lashes from Kiss in Ritzy. I'm gonna pop these on and then we'll get straight to the lips. Okay, lashes are on. I am loving the way this is looking. We're gonna do the under eyes in a minute, but I wanna get straight into this bold red lip. We got options. I have this one from Milani. This is their Keep It Full Max Lip Plumper. This one is from NYX Lingerie XXL. This one is a Wet n Wild color palette. And then we have the beautiful Maybelline Vinyl Lip. I think we're gonna go into the NYX Lingerie first and kind of see what that one is all about. I have not tried that one. So I'm actually gonna use an eyeliner. This is my Wet n Wild Kohl liner. I am gonna use that to lightly line my lips before we go into the lipstick, just to give me a little bit of a definition, but also a border. And then I'm going to blend that out with my finger. This is giving me 90s vibes. I'm here for it. This one is in the shade Stamina. I feel like this is gonna be darker than what she has, but we can, let's see. Ooh, that's pretty. So this one definitely has more of like a bluish undertone. I think in Taylor Swift's VMA picture, hers was more of like an orangey undertone. So we'll see. I like this. I really like this. But in Taylor Swift's picture, her lips are definitely more on like the orangey side. So this feels like it definitely is a bit more of a blue undertone. I still really, really like this lipstick. Oh my gosh. It's very comfortable. It is drying down and it's sticky. That is one thing. I love the way this looks. It's comfortable, but I will say, look at this. It's sticky as it dries, but it's drying to a matte finish. I love the way this looks. We might do, I think we're gonna go in with the Milani Keep It Full Max because this one is a bit of an orangey red. This might kind of do it to give us that Taylor Swift look. But let's go in with the lip plumper and see if my lips can look any bigger. Ooh, that's pretty too. Okay, what do we think of this? I like this. This is way more extra than I am used to. I like it, but I think I liked this one just on its own. But I think I'm gonna take this off and try this combo and the Wet n Wild Cloud Palette combo, only because this also is a bit of an orangey undertone. So I kind of want to play with different combinations and see what we can come up with. That's really pretty. That is really pretty. So I could definitely clean this up, but as far as a red lip goes, I am obsessed. So good. I'm just gonna add a little bit of underneath, add some mascara, and call it good. So that is the completed look, the Taylor Swift and Becky G hybrid. I will link all of the products that I mentioned and used down in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you try a bold lip, make sure that you tag me over on IG. I would love to see your red bold lip. And with that, I think we're gonna end it here. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day, whatever you're doing. God bless you, and I will see you guys in my next video.